What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Before we get started, drop me a like, comment and a subscribe. That would be absolutely fantastic. You guys have been killing it on the views recently. It's weird, sometimes my videos don't get out there as much as other times, and I'm trying to figure out the tags and stuff, but we learn as we go. As you guys can understand, I'm still pretty new to it. I don't really do too much editing and research. I just put videos out with my opinions and thoughts and news and let you see what you guys say. So I'll start with Cody Gakpo, because I didn't get a chance to write this one down before I ran out of the office. Cody Gakpo is apparently in talks with Leeds United. There's a publication over in the Netherlands that have said it. So that Gakpo one's starting to progress a little bit, which I like the look of, because I really like Cody Gakpo. Whether he comes or not, we will see. But they're saying he's probably worth about 40 million euros, or 40 million euros will get the deal done. So I think that's a bit expensive, but for what he is and the sort of player we need to get in, he's young, he's a great player. He might not be on Raphinha level, but we need to sort of use that money to replace Raphinha with maybe two players, and you know, if one works out, then it's worth the money. But no, I rate him. I think he'd be a good signing, and I think we need to look at, I think he needs to be one of the players we bring in with the Raphinha money. Which does actually lead me on to Raphinha. So it is reported that Raphinha has agreed with Chelsea £55 million, raising to 65. So apparently a good majority of the 55 million is up front. So that is a positive in a way. I really thought that we'd be getting sort of 60 to 65 rising to 70, or, you know, 60 rising to 65, or, you know, 65 with add-ons that are maybe, you know, Champions League appearances, you know, those sort of things that you may or may not get. I'm a little bit annoyed that it's 55 million rising to 65, because it could be all sorts of crap that, you know, we may never get to 65 million. It might be 55, and you know, some of those, they're very unrealistic add-ons sometimes. So I'm a bit annoyed. I thought he's worth more than 55 million. Right now, especially off the back of the Calvin Phillips deal at 42 million. While I kind of understand that, I still think it was cheap. I thought 55 for him, rising to 50 million rising to 55 for Phillips. And I thought 60 rising to 65/70 was fair for Raphinha. And I don't think I was overstepping my mark in thinking that. I don't think that's a ridiculous sum of money to ask for a player as good as Raphinha. Seeing as Pepe was 80 million, I would have thought Raphinha's 60 million would have been a steal still. So a bit annoyed by that if this is to go ahead at 55. Look, it is still a lot of money. I'm not going to complain. They could have easily sold him for £35 million to Barcelona, and then I would have been absolutely fuming. But a bit underwhelming. I think we haven't, you know, they said they were sticking to their guns at 65 million, but they've sort of agreed 65 million, a possibility of 65 million. It's a bit of a gamble, because what if Chelsea just decide not to play him that much? I don't know. He does fit in there. They do probably need a right winger. Off the top of my head, I haven't actually checked the team sheets, but I don't think they've got a good right winger at the moment. You know, if they do, let me know in the comments. But I cannot, off the top of my head, think of a right winger who's better than. Well, they got Pulisic, but Raphinha's better than Pulisic. They got Hudson-Odoi, but he hasn't really done that much, and he's a bit younger. So, yeah, I'd say Raphinha's their number one go-to. So, look, maybe we will get the added extras for him, but a bit underwhelming. I would have said 60 up front with add-ons would have been sufficient for him. But anyway, let me know in the comment section below if you're happy with the deal, or if you're pissed off with that deal like I am. Next up, De Ketelaere. So we've apparently tabled a £26 million bid. Now I think that's a bit low for him. I do think they're going to probably look at maybe more towards 35 million, if not more. But I think he's the number one target from what I can tell. They're looking to bring him in and change him to a false 9, which is interesting because he is 6'4", looks just like Paddy Bamford. He has got the same sort of style as and look in height as Kai Havertz. And as you've seen, Kai Havertz was an attacking midfielder before he went to Chelsea, and they've sort of changed him to a false 9. I think they're doing the same, looking to do the same thing with De Ketelaere, whatever you want to call him. I think they're trying to do the same thing, which is interesting. The big thing, and I did mention this on the other video, how they said that he wasn't interested in coming to Leeds. It's interesting that we would table a bid for a player that didn't want to come to Leeds. So I'm thinking that that whole thing was bullshit. You know, why would Leeds then go say, oh, you don't want to come to us, here's 26 million, Bruges. So unless they can't talk to the player, but they can usually talk to the agent beforehand, they just can't talk to the player. Surely somebody's rang the agent and said, is he interested in coming to Leeds? And they said yes, or that he's open to talks. So if we have tabled a bid, I would say that he is interested in coming to Leeds, and it's not the bullshit that they've spun about AC Milan. And I mean, they've just signed Origi anyway, so I don't know if they still have De Ketelaere as an option, or maybe he's gone down the pecking order. Who knows? But very, very exciting. It feels like that's maybe progressing a little bit more. We've got the money there. We've got Phillips and Raphinha money going through. So if that's the case, if they want £40 million, go get him. If he's the guy, if he's your top target, Victor Orta, go spend the money. Go do it. You know, whether Leeds fans think he's worth the money or not, whether you think he's overpaying, if you think he improves the squad and he is the future, which I think he is a very good player. Remember, this kid is a wonder kid and he has played very well for Bruges. He's worth spending the money on him. Like, why not go spend 30 to 40 million on him if that's what they want for him? Obviously 26 million is going to be the low ball offer, hoping that they take it, but you always start low and you end up somewhere in between. That's just how sales works. I know because I'm doing it. Interesting. Like I said, knowing now that we've tabled a bid means that he must be interested in coming to Leeds. At least somewhat enough to talk to us, because from what it said, it was no interest at all. And you don't put a bid on a player that doesn't want to come to your team. So look out for that one. Next up, Cresswell. He's looking to go on loan to the Championship because he won't get straight into the squad. A bit annoyed by that because I think he is the third best centre-back we have. In the way of, I think he should be the next guy that comes in, even over Llorente. I think it should be Struijk and Cox starting because they've both proved they should be starting. And Struijk's still very, very young and proved he's a good player. But I think Cresswell should be the next player playing more often. But we do have a lot of centre halves. Obviously, Liam Cooper's still somewhat in the plans. He's probably the fourth choice now centre back, or fifth choice centre back. But you send Cresswell out on loan, which makes sense. He blitzes the Championship for Millwall or whoever it is that he goes to, and then comes back next year and starts next to Struijk. Or, you know, comes off the bench and plays a lot more football over Llorente and Cooper probably moves on, I'd say. Let me know if you think a loan deal is good for Cresswell. It probably is the best. It probably is good for him to go out on loan. I don't see a world where it's not good. Let me know if you think he should be starting for us. That would be interesting. And the last bit of news is Ellis is getting lots of multiple offers from clubs. Now, it's been, Leeds were linked to Ellis as one of those rumours. I did speak about it myself. I do think he's a very, very good player. A decent striker for Liga, but I think Callum Wendo's a better player. I prefer to get him in, but apparently the Leeds United interest in Ellis was not real. It was all a bit of manager or agent talk to get a move for him. So yeah, it doesn't look like that one's going ahead. Ellis is getting multiple offers, but it doesn't matter. He wasn't a target anyway, apparently. So yeah, that's going to finish the video up. If you like the video, drop me a like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate my new subscribers. Hopefully I can keep the content coming to you and you enjoy it. Again, it's just me chatting in the car. It's gonna be nothing. It's probably not gonna be anything special for a while anyway. I don't really have the time to do all the editing and too much editing and you know, anything more than this at the moment with a newborn child and stuff. So yeah, I appreciate the support. Let me know what you think about De Ketelaere, and let me know if you think I'm on the money with surely we don't table a bid unless he wants to come to the club.